The gift of silence. I used to believe that love was a transformative power, that if I poured enough of my soul into him, it would eventually fill the cracks in his character. Looking back, I realized I was trying to hydrate a desert. My ex was a serial unfaithful, and for a long time, I stayed, convinced that my devotion would be the catalyst for his change. Then came the week of chaos. 2 different women began stalking my life, showing up at my front door and my workplace. They weren't there to apologize. They were there to gloat, parading their flings with him in my face like trophies. But then, the atmosphere in our house shifted into something unrecognizable. An unnatural peace. Our relationship had always been high velocity and highly physical. We were active multiple times a day, and frankly, if I ever turned him down, I'd be subjected to a verbal riot act that made it easier to just comply. Then, overnight, he became a ghost. He wouldn't touch me. He wouldn't even sit near me. The man who once demanded my constant attention suddenly asked me to move into the guest room. His excuse? He claimed he was drooling too much in his sleep. It was absurd, but I took the win. For a month, he stayed home. He stopped the bar crawls. He stopped the explosive outbursts. I thought, in my naivety, that he was finally changing. I had no idea he was actually hiding. The porch revelation. The truth arrived on my doorstep in the form of his best friend's brother's girlfriend. She looked like she was vibrating with terror. We sat on the porch, and she asked me point-blank how bad things were between us. When I told her about our month of total isolation, she spiraled into a full-blown panic attack. Through her screams and tears, she kept wailing, "She probably has it. Oh God, she has it." My blood ran cold. Have what? I demanded. The toxic chain. The story unraveled like a nightmare. The women who had been harassing me weren't just other women, they were his suppliers. One night, my ex, his inner circle of friends, and these 2 women had shared more than just a room. They had shared needles, and they had shared each other. The 2 women had been hunting him down not just for unpaid debts, but to deliver a parting gift. They were all positive for hepatitis. The women knew they were infected. They had intentionally spread it as a weapon. While I was in the house thinking we were finally finding peace, my ex was reeling from the realization that his lifestyle had finally caught up to him in the most permanent way possible. The Great Escape. I didn't walk away, I ran. I underwent every medical test available. By some stroke of divine luck and a hepatitis B vaccine from a former job, I walked away with a clean bill of health. He had been a monster in many ways, but in some twisted, final act of self-preservation or perhaps a shred of residual guilt, his coldness during that month had kept me from being part of that infected chain. The woman who knowingly spread the virus passed away from an overdose shortly after. It was a dark, tragic end to a chapter of my life that nearly took me down with it.